Well, g'day fishers, welcome to our weekly fishing report. Just under a week before the big man comes down the chimney. Getting excited about that. Well, some people would be. So there you go. This weekend's looking a little bit iffy. We've got a big southerly change which has already moved through, caused by that big low down to the south there. Plenty of swells going to push up over Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's not looking too bad, but definitely the weekend's looking a little bit iffy, especially Saturday there. Cooler temperatures too. So the offshore fishing's probably going to be out, I reckon, this weekend. So to the beaches, unless you look in those southern corners, those protected corners, 1 mile, and also Fingal there at Kitty's Corner might be fishable, but you'll just have to go and check it out. But that swell's definitely going to be up. Rock fishing, again, should be good if you know what you're doing. Some of those protected bays and those pothole areas on the high tides will actually fish pretty well, but just be wary. If you're going to rock fish this weekend, it's only for the experience, that's for sure. So your best bet is going to be inside the bay. Luckily, it's fishing pretty well at the moment. Plenty of mulloway in the bay this week. Plenty of reports of nice fish, actually. So spoke to Mick. He actually got a couple of nice fish there. One probably about 11, 12 kilos. Saw a nice photo of a fish there. Some other fish caught. Harley's been throwing vibes around as well, marking them on the side scan and getting in amongst the dewies as well. So that full moon last week definitely paid off. That cleaner water that's inside the bay now. If you have a look at the bay on the high tide, looks like the Caribbean or the Great Barrier Reef or somewhere like that. So it's a pity we don't get those flat species that we do from the north. But anyway, there are flat species out there and they're called whiting. So there's plenty of whiting about as well. We've got a good supply of live worms and our good local cured worms that have done in our secret herbs and spices. So if you're keen on a whiting fish, this is going to be the weekend to do it. The bay here is going to be the lee shore with that southerly. Obviously, it's going to blow the other side out, but this side will be pretty good. And I would suggest fishing that incoming tide, even though it's sort of up around that lunchtime, doesn't matter for the whiting. The key is those worms and light leader, 4 pound leader. Any of the flats will fish from Soldiers Point down to Little Beach. All those areas there will fish pretty well for whiting at the moment. You'll get bycatcher brim and you'll get a bycatcher flatties as well. Speaking of flatties, definitely worth a shot this weekend. I like in the clearer water, believe it or not. They go those more sort of translucent soft plastics or more natural colours. You can't beat a squidgy bloodworm wriggly in a 120 mil. Works really well on flatties, that's for sure. But if you're keen on bait fishing, definitely a slow roll brine pilchard or a little white bait or even a brine herring, which we've got in stock at the moment, will do the trick on the flatties, so worth a shot. Still a few brim around down on the breakwater, Nelson Bay, Little Beach, the what we call the wheelchair wharf at Little Beach. There's plenty of brim off there and a few good flatties as well. You just got to muscle in there because there's a few people there that own that wharf, but just shoulder to shoulder and you'll be right. So give that a crack this weekend in the southerly, should be pretty good. So too Little Beach itself, between the two wharves, you get some really nice flatties just right on sunrise, will work really well there. So worth a shot. Wanda Headland to be worth a shot this weekend too inside the bay. So definitely a bay weekend, I think. Anyway, see what happens. Speaking of beaches and rocks, there has been some good whiting on the beaches, but I think the swell's going to knock it on the head. You could try walking that northern side of Fingal, what we call Paradise Beach there, and it'll look like Paradise this weekend. You could try walking up there. You'll get the southerly behind you there. Might be worth a shot. But like I said, those southern corners be worth a look, probably towards Sunday anyway. Give it a go. The rocks, well, like I said, it's going to be hard, but I think after this swell, definitely worth a few snapper off the rocks. That water's getting better. There's been kings hanging around. A lot of big kings seen, but not caught during the week as well. So if you're keen on throwing stick baits around, definitely worth a look for a king, that's for sure. On the offshore scene, some great snapper around in that deeper water, that 40 to 50 metres. Brad from Pacific Blue Charter has been sending me plenty of photos, likewise with Jason. Nelson Bay Charter's getting some really, really good snapper, but they're in that deeper water, that 40 to 50 metres. A little trick, you can actually, if you've hardly got any wind or current, ball sinker about a size 4, straight to a gang hook, whole pilly or whole squid, fire it out there and let it slowly drift down. The snapper will come off the bottom and smash it, that's for sure. Even a little slimy will do the trick. A few trag turning up on the reefs as well, so definitely worth a look at the trag. And some deep water dewies as well. Spoke to Shane, he fished wide of the 21 in about 85 metres. and got some nice dewies during the week. Him and his father got one each, 11 and 12 kilos, so really good fish for that sort of depth of water, so not too far away. The fad definitely got dolphin fish on it. Heard a fish up to 80 centimetres, but good luck getting out there this weekend. You'll want the Queen Mary to get out there this weekend, but if you're keen, give it a crack. I wouldn't be. Anyway, I'm a seasoned offshore angler and definitely, not going out there this weekend. So anyway, but also it looks good. Current's pushing down 23 degrees on rip charts there. It's only a matter of time before we get some sort of a bite. You had a black marlin and striped marlin. Like I said, there's plenty of black marlin to the north there. The Gold Coast now receiving plenty of those fish moving down. So let's hope the current picks up there and washes them all the way down here. So fingers crossed. But anyway, good weekend to get your Christmas shopping done. If you want a new reel for the girlfriend or the missus, we've got plenty of those. And you know what? You could use it as well. Or likewise, if you want a new reel for your boyfriend or your husband, there you go. So this weekend, got a big shipment of Yeti coming in as well. So those people after Yeti, that should turn up for the weekend. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll talk next week for our Christmas report.